What up, squad? Your boy is back. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get it going. You feel what I'm saying?
What's the deal, squad? MadMizzy is back with Sundays with Mizzy. You dig what I'm saying? And this is a new segment that I'm presenting to y'all to just break down what's going on in the NFL world, what's going on in the college football world, the sports world, the world in general with Mizzy on Sunday. You dig what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to bring this a lot sooner to y'all because listen, I'm not gonna be pushing the time with it. It's 12:40 right now. I know 12:40 on a Sunday, everybody getting their food ready. They ain't gonna be wanting to hear shit I got to say. You dig what I'm saying? But it's early. It's this Sunday, a week before NFL's kickoff Sunday. So we started it off right. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm starting it off with the huge news, man. The buzz that got everybody going this Sunday morning, and that is Arch Manning struggling against OSU in his not going to say his debut game because he started two games last year, but in his season opener for or his debut for his official uh, season as a starter at the University of Texas. And man, 17 for 30, 170 yards, one touchdown, one interception, a 58 QBR, and it got so many people so excited to see this young kid struggle. And I just want to know why. And I know the real reason, the reason that y'all want to run with is y'all think it's a racial thing between Shador Sanders and Arch Manning for some odd reason, even though Arch Manning is in his first year as a starter at the University of Texas and Shador Sanders is fighting for a spot on the Cleveland Browns. I don't see how y'all trying to make this comparison when Arch Manning is coming from not having two uncles that were successful NFL quarterbacks, but having a grandfather that was a successful NFL quarterback. So to me, I just don't see where the comparison comes from. And if y'all do want to do that, we can do that, bro. You feel what I'm saying? We're not gonna sit up here and act like Shador Sanders didn't struggle against Nebraska last year. We're not gonna sit up here and act like Nebraska's black shirt defense is anywhere near close to Ohio State defense. They got Caleb Downs on the other side, who they saying might be the best player in the country. You feel what I'm saying? And if Texas doesn't go out there and try to out cute Ohio State, they win that game. If they get in the I formation and run the ball when they inside the 10-yard line those two times, they win the fucking football game. So I just don't see where all this excitement about Arch Manning struggling comes from. And honestly, in my opinion, regardless if you white or you black and you rooting against somebody just because of the color of their skin, you are a pitiful individual. And that comes from me personally. I don't care who you are. If you're rooting against somebody just because of the color of their skin, you're a pitiful individual, man. You feel what I'm saying? I feel sorry for you. But if you're feeling so confident, put your money where your mouth is. Because anybody that knows me know that Peyton Manning is my favorite quarterback of all time, and I'm always going to rock with the Mannings. You dig what I'm saying? My money is on Arch Manning being a better quarterback, NFL quarterback than Shador Sanders will ever be. And if you've ever followed and watched my shows, y'all know I thought Shador Sanders was the best quarterback in the draft last year. But y'all not gonna run with this narrative like, oh, they just pushing Arch Manning. Like, yo, the young kid deserved the shit. The fuck is we talking about? I guarantee you he'll run a faster run a faster 40 than Shador. Oh, I don't even think Shador ran this 40. And I can tell by the tape he has a stronger arm than Shador. So let's move on, man, because I don't want to get into that. I'm just saying I got confidence in uh Arch Manning turning it around, just like I got confidence in Shador Sanders getting that starting job in Cleveland. You dig what I'm saying? I don't think one has to do anything with the other. Let's get over to the next thing. And that's another huge young quarterback making his debut yesterday for my favorite team. Hail to the victors, valiant. Hail to the victors, valiant. Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders of war. Yeah, man. Shout out to Bryce Underwood, man. Going out there, 18 years old, just turned 18, August 19th, the day before my brother's birthday, actually. You feel what I'm saying? And put on a motherfucking show. 21 for 31, 251 yards, one touchdown, no turnovers. And the thing is, if you compare the two quarterbacks, right? Bryce Underwood had a lower QBR than Arch Manning did. Bryce Underwood's QBR was 54.2 and Arch Manning's was 58 QBR. You feel what I'm saying? So these dudes that's just talking, they don't even love football, bro. They don't even like this sport, bro. They just like the attention. They know that the name Manning and Sanders gets a lot of engagement, which these motherfuckers don't get outside of this little bullshit internet shit. They don't get no engagement. Don't nobody want to talk to them. They ain't got shit to talk about. You feel what I'm saying? So for me, like I said, I'm looking at Bryce Underwood and I was supremely impressed. 18 years old, true freshman, starting his first game against a D1 opponent, Mountain West opponent. New Mexico ain't no slouches. That's a D1, you know what I'm saying, high level opponent right there. And he shredded them up. Missed some plays here and there, with some misfires here and there. We look so much more explosive on the outside. Michigan just, oh my goodness, the next few years, the Big Ten, bro. If Penn State don't get it this year, bro, y'all not getting it, bro. Y'all not getting it. I'm sorry, man. In Philly, this might be Penn State country, aside from it being maize and blue country, because you know the Wolverines still run PA. But yeah, man. I was just highly impressed, man. Highly impressed at what I saw from an 18-year-old first time true freshman starter, man. Bryce Underwood definitely lived up to the hype. You dig what I'm saying? Definitely lived up to the hype. Let's get over to the LSU Clemson game, though, man. This was a top 10 matchup, the only top 10 matchup in the entire country this Saturday. You had number two versus number nine, number two Clemson versus number nine LSU. And this is just to go back on the Arch Manning. People being so happy that Arch Manning struggled this past Saturday. Cade Klubnik, the quarterback for Clemson, who's I think this might be his third year as a starter in college football, he struggled. Only put up 10 points against LSU. And he was home. He was home in Clemson. It's hard to open up that week one matchup against a top five, top 10 opponent. It's just hard, especially when they known for defense and getting after the quarterback. And we're not going to sit up here and act like Matt Patricia isn't the defensive coordinator for Ohio State. Like Matt Patricia ain't out there making all-star quarterback, making Peyton Manning confused, making Big Ben confused, making Drew Brees confused. But I guess everybody garbage if they ain't Tom Brady, I guess, or Patrick Mahomes. I don't know. I don't know what y'all be holding these quarterback standards to, but yeah, the smiles and the elation from Arch Manning struggling in Ohio State in his first year as a starter, that's just that's weird to me. You feel what I'm saying? But especially like I said, you had Cade Klubnik, you had other great quarterbacks around the country struggling. You feel what I'm saying? So are they not good? Are they overhyped? Or that's neither here nor there. To me, I'm looking at this LSU team though, like they might be the favorites to come out the SEC because you're looking at it right now. Texas, they struggled. They already took a L. They were supposed to be the favorites in the SEC. Bama was supposed to be another favorite in the SEC. They fell to FSU, an unranked FSU team. They lost bad by 2 scores, but we ain't gonna talk about that because all the eyes was on Arch Manning and making sure he didn't beat the Ohio State Buckeyes. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I'm just looking at it like Clemson going to be fine. It's a 17-10 game. And LSU is known for this. This is why, to me, it makes me so frustrated when I wake up this morning and so many people are so excited that Arch Manning struggled. And it's like, I grew up in the era where there was always 10-7, 17-10, 10-17, 13-10 games in college football, especially when you talk about two top teams or two teams with two top defenses. When you talk about Bama going up against LSU, or you talking about Bama going up against Auburn, or Auburn going up against LSU, these top teams in the SEC, it'd be dog fights, regardless if you got Mark Ingram in the backfield, if you got Derrick Henry in the backfield, if you got Mac Jones, Tua Tagovailoa in the back, it don't matter, bro. Them defenses coming out there to hit and shut shit down, bro. You just got to come out there with a Vic. And that's what kind of left me disappointed about Texas is because they could have won in Ohio State with Arch Manning struggling, and they didn't. You feel what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm looking at this LSU team right now, and they looking like the big favorites in the SEC just because I don't see all the teams that we thought to be the threats in the SEC being the team, being those threatening teams that we thought them to be. So yeah, man, LSU looking like they might be in the driver's seat to be that number one team in the SEC. And then let's get into FSU, man, because I'm no hater, man. I'm a huge Michigan fan. This is the number one team I like in any sport. I'm watching every single game, every single minute of a Michigan University of Michigan football game, bro. But I gotta give props to FSU, man. That is one of the most prominent programs in the country, and they brought that Florida swagger back to motherfucking college that we love and endear, man. When Florida, Miami, and FSU out there stepping, oh, college football is way better, baby. They was talking smack all offseason. Oh, Bama ain't got Saban. Saban ain't gonna save them. They can't stop us. They ain't gonna do nothing to us. And came out there and punched them in the mouth, bro. You feel what I'm saying? 31-17 to beat Bama, to beat the number 9 team Bama with an unranked Florida State team by double digits, 13 points. Oh man, FSU, you are officially back. If you ask me, man, welcome back, FSU, Florida State Seminoles. Oh, oh. Listen, that college football atmosphere different, man. That shit different. And y'all only jumped in once Shador and Dion started to come in. And the funny thing is, y'all came in hating on Prime and Shador because they left Jackson State. I didn't forget that. You get what I'm saying? So how y'all want to sit up here and act like y'all wasn't rooting against Colorado? How y'all wasn't happy that they won only 4 games in the first year at the University of Colorado? And I had to come back and remind y'all, oh, they only won 1 game the year before that. That's actually a victory to go from 1 win to 4 wins in 1 season. I had to remind y'all that. So for now, for y'all to try to turn everything into a Shador racial debate is some internet shit, some fake shit, some fugazi shit. Because y'all don't know what's going on, man. Shador, at the end of the day, he got outplayed by Dylan Gabriel, who I would have never thought those words would have came out my motherfucking mouth. But he got outperformed by Dylan Gabriel, bro. Dylan Gabriel is clearly the number 2 quarterback in Cleveland. And that's a shock to me. That is a shock to me. And anybody that watched college football the past few years, to be honest. You feel what I'm saying? So before I get off of the college football thing, I just got to say, man, let's go. Go blue, man. Go blue. Fuck you ain't talking about. Hail to the victors, valiant. Hail to the victors, valiant. Hail, hail. Fuck out of here, man. Let's get over to the NFL, though, man. Let's get over to the NFL, man, where we got huge news coming out over this past weekend, man. I gotta spark the L on this one, man, because I was shocked at this one. I was befuddled. I was mind boggled. I was at loss for words. Micah Parsons being traded from the Dallas Cowboys. What was they thinking? What in the world was Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys thinking, man? And I'm gonna repeat my message that I first uttered to Cowboys fans when this news broke, and that is, how can you remain a Cowboys fan? We giving y'all the olive branch, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Your owner this past season just said, "Listen, man, if it's not some drama in the NFL, the Cowboys gonna kick some shit up." Meaning he the one that's stirring shit up. Then he trades away your best player, bro. By far, your best player, man. Cowboys fans, I need answers, man. If you still on the ship, why, bro? Why? When at the end of the day, your support is what's feeding Jerry's ego into thinking this shit is cool. He gave y'all what, 3 rings? 3 rings when he first came in, and said, "I'm good." And then he The past 25, 30 years, he's not even concerned with winning any Super Bowls, bro. He's really not. You feel what I'm saying? How do you make Dak Prescott the highest paid quarterback? You make CD Lamb one of the highest paid wide receivers, but you don't pay arguably the best pass rusher. Dak Prescott isn't arguably the best quarterback in the league. CD Lamb isn't arguably the best wide receiver in the league. That's up for debate between Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. That's it. You feel what I'm saying? The quarterback debate, that's Patrick Mahomes. That's it. But Micah, he's quite possibly the best defensive player in the league, and you don't resign him? You actually trade him to a conference rival that's already outed you 2 of the past 3 years in the playoffs with a better quarterback, a younger quarterback? Man, Cowboys fans, I don't know what to tell y'all other than, man, y'all loyalty is like a black man's loyalty to his barber, man. That shit don't fade no matter what. That shit don't that shit ain't fading no matter what. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm utterly shocked, and I'm just happy I'm not a Cowboys fan. I couldn't imagine as a Niners fan the Niners not signing Nick Bosa. You feel what I'm saying? Or Fred Warner. You get what I'm saying? Letting one of those staples go, or Christian McCaffrey after he did what he did a couple years of us ago. They like, matter of fact, we gonna trade you. And Micah younger than all those dudes, younger than all those dudes I just named. And the Cowboys still decided to trade this man. If you got a Cowboys fan that's a friend or family member, give them this olive branch that they should be able to jump ship. And if they still decide to be fans after this shit, they lost causes as fans, man. They lost causes. You feel what I'm saying? Because what more do you need to see to show that your owner does not care about winning as much as y'all do? All he care about is getting money from y'all. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't buy another Cowboys jersey until we at least made it to a Super Bowl. That would be my deal with Jerry Jones if I was a Cowboys fan. I'm not supporting your merchandise or none of that shit until y'all at least make it to another Super Bowl. You feel what I'm saying? So good good luck to you, Cowboys fans. Good luck. You know what I mean? Let's get over to some more news though, man. We got Shador Sanders officially making the Cleveland Browns official 52-man roster as the third string quarterback. Them trading away Kenny Pickett. I'm not surprised that he made the roster simply because Kenny Pickett didn't play. You're not going to keep Kenny Pickett, and you damn sure ain't going to keep Tyler Huntley, who you just brought in because of the injuries that you was having during the offseason. So I'm not surprised at this. I'm just surprised that, like I said before, he clearly got beat out by Dylan Gabriel. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell y'all why, man. The main reason to me that Shador got beat out by Dylan Gabriel is his presence in the pocket. He still play like his high school or Pop Warner. You feel what I'm saying? Like when the pressure breaks down, you can never just keep running back. That's what motherfuckers that don't know how to play Madden do. You feel what I'm saying? Like you ever play a motherfucker that don't know how to play Madden, they drop back 10, 20 yards with the quarterback. You like, what the fuck, bro? I'm about to make this shit out. That's how Shador play in the NFL, bro. You can't be doing shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? Even in the start that he had that was good, the one thing that stood out to me was that one sack where he just kept turning back and turning back and turning. It's like, bro, get rid of the fucking ball or turn up field or fall, something. You're just losing yards and you're not that fast. You feel what I'm saying? So Shador got to learn from that. That is something that's easily fixable. And I do think that him being in there, he's going to get his shot. He's just going to have to be prepared because I don't think Dylan Gabriel is going to kill it. And we know that Joe Flacco isn't going to start the entire season. So Shador, be prepared and be prepared to concede some plays. I think that's his problem is that he tries to win every play. Sometimes winning a play is taking what's there, and even if that's a 3-4 yard sack over, you feel what I'm saying, 8 yard sack. You feel what I'm saying? Or throwing the ball away, overtaking the sack. You feel what I'm saying? So Shador has to learn that, and he has to be prepared when that time comes around because it's not going to be a long. When you're the third string, it's not too long of a leash, bro. You feel what I'm saying? They not going to give you the reins of the offense. So I'm wishing the best for Shador, and I think that he's going to make the best of the situation. He's just going to have to learn from the mistakes and what he did learn in the preseason. And none of that moping when shit not going right, man. Because to me, it looked like he needed his dad to come put an arm around him in that third preseason game. And it's like, bro, he's not there, bro. He's not going to be there. You get what I'm saying? So Shador has to realize he's on his own, and that he's going to have to figure this shit out on his own. And he got to keep his demeanor right. You get what I'm saying? Like that hanging your head and showing frustration in times of adversity, but doing this anytime you have a good play, that's not a good sign, bro. That's not a good sign. You feel what I'm saying? So have that even kill, stay in those books, and be prepared for your shot because you definitely gonna get it with the Cleveland Browns. You definitely gonna get it. So I'm rooting for Shador, and I think he's gonna do his best. Just gotta go out there and show it. You know what I mean? Let's get over though into a few of my predictions that I'm gonna segue into. I'm gonna give a little more details tomorrow, and as we lead into the kickoff for week one of the 2025 NFL season. But my division winners, these are my division winners. Start off with the AFC. I'm gonna go Bills, Ravens, Chargers, Jags. Yeah, man. I'm going with the Jags. I'm looking at the Jags. I'm going with the Jags in the South simply because I really don't like what other teams in the South did. Like I'm looking at the Colts. I think they're gonna struggle with Danny Dimes and with A Rod or not A Rod, but Anthony Richardson. But I don't like what the Texans did in the South. Like their offensive line has been a struggle since CJ Stroud has been drafted, and they have yet to address that huge weakness. You get what I'm saying? So I just don't see how they'll continue to get better when their offensive line is getting worse. And CJ Stroud regressed last year. So to me, they got to show me that they gonna get better. And then I'm looking at who else you got down there in the South, and then you got Tennessee. I just think that Cam Cam too young. You feel what I'm saying? And they don't got enough weapons. Like I know they got a good offensive line and this, that, and the third, but I think he too young. I don't think they got enough weapons, and I don't think they defense good enough. So I think that leaves the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are coming in with a new head coach who revamped the run game with the Tampa Bay Bucks last year. I expect him to focus on the run game with the Jacksonville Jaguars, which will make the game a lot easier for Trevor Lawrence. I expect Travis Hunter to go out there and be a playmaker on both sides of the ball. And I think they're going to surprise a lot of teams this year. I think they're going to surprise a lot of teams this year. They're going to surprise the league. So I'm going with the Jags winning the South. I'm going with the Chargers in the West and the close one. You know what I mean? And the close one. I think it's going to be a tight race out there in the West, but I think this game in Sao Paulo, I'm gonna save my predictions for actually Friday. But I think this that's probably gonna be the hair splitter right there. You feel what I'm saying? But I mean, of course, if I got the Chargers winning the division, then clearly I probably got them winning this game this opening weekend. You feel what I'm saying? And then over in the AFC, I mean in the NFC, I'm going with the Eagles, Falcons, Packers with newly acquired Micah Parsons, and then I'm going with the Cardinals in the West, man. Now, like I did for the South, I'm gonna explain to y'all where I'm going with the Cardinals, man. I'm looking at the Los Angeles Rams, and you got Puka Nakua and you got um Devontae Adams, but Matt Stafford dealing with back injuries, and that's something that's major at his ripe age of 37, dealing with a back injury in NFC West that's highly competitive. You get what I'm saying? Like it's going to be we like the NFC East. It's going to be some hits on that quarterback. That's why he done. Well, I mean, he done accumulated a lot of those injuries playing for the Detroit Lions, but neither here nor there. It's going to be a tightly contested division, and I think that Matt Stafford is going to have to be at the top of his game for him to get the Rams over the top. My Niners, I know we got a light schedule, but I also don't know how we're going to rebound with losing so many key players on the defensive end. I know we got Robert Sala back. Shout out to my brother, but I don't know how that's going to work out for us, seeing as though we lost Dre Greenlaw, we lost Talanoa Hufanga, we lost a bunch of players, a bunch of playmaking players. You feel what I'm saying? Travaris Ward. So it's a lot of expectations laid at the feet of these rookies that we got in there and these young players that we expecting to replace the veterans that walked out and went on to other places. So I don't know how well will at least come out the gates. You get what I'm saying? We might gel later on, but coming out the gates, I don't know how well we'll gel. You feel what I'm saying? And then I'm looking at the Seahawks. I'm not a Sam Darnold fan, so I don't think that's going to be too good of a team or too big of a threat. And yeah, man, that leaves the Arizona Cardinals, who you got Kyler Murray hearing all the talk and about he starts off fast, which he does, but he tails off towards the end. You got Marvin Harrison Jr. coming into his second year. And then they just had a great draft picking up Will Johnson Jr., Will Johnson the second out of Michigan. He's going to be a shutdown corner to pair with Buda Baker and then the other defensive back that they selected in the draft. So I really like that defense for the Arizona Cardinals. Young, fast, opportunistic. I think they're going to show the world something too, the Arizona Cardinals. Going over to my wild card teams, though. Let's throw it over to the AFC. Number one wild card team getting in is going to be the Chiefs. Like I said, I think that AFC West is going to be super, super tight. I think it's going to come down to the last few weeks. I just think the Chargers going to end up eking it out here or there, probably with uh, um, uh, a tiebreaker that they'll have over the Chiefs, in my opinion, that'll split that hair right there. So I'll have the Chiefs coming in as the 5 seed, Raiders coming in as the 6 seed. I think that AFC West is going to be tough and tight, but I love to pick up a Geno Smith, and I think that Ashton Genty really showed me something in that second preseason game, and I we know how running backs is. That's an easy transition into the NFL. So I think Ashton Genty gonna have a great year. And then I got the Cincinnati Bengals making a reappearance into the playoffs after being absent the past 2 years in the AFC playoff picture. So yeah, that's my wild card teams: the Chiefs, Raiders, Cincy making it in for the AFC. For the NFC, I'm going with the Lions, my Niners, and then the Vikes. I'm gonna have some faith in JJ. I don't think they're gonna fall too completely far off the map with JJ McCarthy. So I'm gonna go with the Vikings. And then I mean, I just got to see it from other teams, like when it comes to like the Bears or I know I got the Bucks out of the playoffs and they've been in the playoffs the past 2 years, but I think they're getting a little older. I think the league is catching up to them a little bit more. And then we know how the South is in general. It's never usually multiple teams coming out of the South. It's always typically a dogfight, and then you got one team coming out of the NFC South, and that one team to me is going to be the Atlanta Falcons this year. My Niners, like I said, I don't know how we're going to come out to start, but I think we're going to finish strong, finish with a nice win record, and we're going to end up sneaking into the playoffs. And then the Lions, they just been one of the most dominant teams in the NFC the past few years. I don't think them losing their two coordinators is going to have too big of a setback. But the addition of Micah Parsons and pairing him with Rashawn Gary on the other end as an edge rusher is going to take that Packers defense to another level. So they're going to win the division. But I still got the Lions sneaking into the playoffs. So that's my playoff teams. Fantasy football sleepers, man. I'm gonna say this, man. As far as a sleeper, and this is somebody that we all probably done shot our shot at in fantasy football over the past few years, but I think this year he really got it. Kyle Pitts. And I say that because I think Michael Penix Jr. is going to come in. He's already talking about the relationship that he's building with Kyle Pitts. I think that Kyle Pitts as a top 5 tight end in fantasy, that's my selection as a sleeper this year. Kyle Pitts, look out for him. And before I get out of here, let me give y'all my prediction on Notre Dame at Miami. We got the Catholics at the Convicts. You feel what I'm saying? If you know that 30 for 30, great 30 for 30 documentary on Notre Dame Miami rivalry, Catholics versus Convicts, Notre Dame versus Miami. Whoo, man. I'm gonna go with Notre Dame, man, because I just like the direction that the coach has them going in. I don't want to mix them up because I get him and a Penn State coach mixed up. So I don't want to mix names up because I do think Penn State coach is James Franklin. So for right now, I cannot think of the head coach name of Notre Dame, but I like that brother. He's doing a great job down there at Notre Dame. I thought that they probably had the second or third best team in the playoffs last year. It's just Ohio State was on a totally different level than everybody else once they hit the playoffs last year. And I think Notre Dame will send a message to Miami. I like to pick up a Carson Beck, but I'm not too big of a. I don't think Carson Beck is like that bull. You feel what I'm saying? So I think he's gonna go out there, he's gonna make some plays, but I also think he's gonna give Notre Dame some opportunities to make some plays on him by putting the ball in harm's way. And I think that's gonna be the difference in this game is the turnovers. So I'm gonna go with Notre Dame in a close one. I think it's gonna be a tight one, just like the Ohio State Texas game and the LSU Clemson game, low scoring game. I'm gonna go with Notre Dame 20 to 16, 20 to 16, Notre Dame over Miami tonight. Let me know what y'all think. This is the first episode of Sunday with Mizzy. I will definitely be coming back a lot earlier than I came to y'all today. I ended it at 109. I know y'all ain't trying to hear shit I got to say around 1 next Sunday and every Sunday moving forward until motherfucking sprint. You feel what I'm saying? So I will keep that in mind. We will be coming a lot earlier and we'll be keeping up on everything that's popping. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all know what it is. MadMizzy Sports, Mizzyworld Entertainment, Sundays with Mizzy. Like, comment, share, subscribe, alert. And yeah, man, I'll see y'all tomorrow in the morning time. Got to bring y'all a morning segment because of my new schedule and all that. But I'll explain that to y'all tomorrow. You dig what I'm saying? Enjoy the games tonight. Enjoy the games today. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Squad.